What's popping, PP Nation? Today we are talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, spoiler talk. We wanted to wait a week before talking spoilers for the movie to give people a chance to see it, but this movie made like $1 billion in its opening weekend and there are spoilers online everywhere. I'm surprised. Like right after I saw the movie, as soon as I opened up social media, every single thing was just spoilers about the movie. It was crazy. Even that dumbass Steve Lacy spoiled the movie for everyone, which I don't know if he did it for clout or what, but that was fucking stupid. But anyway, we're not here to talk about his dumbass. We're here to talk about Spider-Man. Yay! Okay, first things first, I want to address the side characters because a lot of them only showed up for like 2 seconds. Tombstone, I thought it was a perfect casting. I'm so glad to see Scorpion back, and the few scenes that we did see him in, I think they were fucking awesome. I've loved that actor since Far Cry 3 when he played Voss. Like, that dude was so goated. So I love him as Scorpion and I hope to see more of him and hopefully he plays like a bigger role. But I do love that he kind of went over that Villain of the Week montage in the beginning that showed that he's a seasoned Spider-Man now. Which also, I just want to say that I feel like for the longest time, especially when the MCU Peter first came around, they wanted like a high school Peter Parker to really explore that, and we got enough of that. And I think that the best Spider-Man is the young adult Spider-Man, the one that just graduated college, you know, like the one that we got in Spider-Man PS4, the one we got in this one. I think it's such a great age to have Spider-Man. Another side character I really loved in this movie was Punisher, and he isn't as dark or brooding as he is in his own show or like in Netflix Daredevil. But I mean, you don't need him to be, right? I mean, he's in a Spider-Man movie. And I thought they handled him well. Even though they do play a lot of his moments off as jokes, I thought a lot of them work well. And I really liked the dynamic with Peter and Spider-Man. They felt like almost like a big brother, little brother type of dynamic. And one thing you can point to as why he's so friendly towards Spider-Man is that maybe he sees his son in him. You know, maybe he reminds him of his son that he never, or that he didn't get a chance to spend time with. So I don't know. I think it's fitting that he's like this. And even though they played a lot of his stuff for jokes and he's a very serious character, I thought it worked well. It's like it's very much like a comic book story where he's not the main focus. So it's not going to be super dark in tone.
I remember seeing that scene in the hospital, that scene at the end where they were talking in the hospital bed, and he tells Spider-Man, "You know, kid, I've seen some real bravery, but that was something else." And then he also says, like, "You look exactly how I thought you looked. A nice kid." It's the first time I've ever had a friend like that. And yeah, like you said, I do think they had Punisher a little bit less brooding in this movie. But I also feel like that's saying a lot for the character of Spider-Man, right? Like Spider-Man can bring hope in anybody, even someone like Frank Castle. And I like his inclusion in this story because it really does show you the difference of not just power levels but also ideologies. And it's not like with Daredevil that they were having a fight. Ideology is correct. Now this one was more like acceptance and empathy towards each other. I don't know, I thought it was a great twist to them.
No, you're right. I think I do appreciate that it was different than his and Daredevil's dynamic because I think Spider-Man affected him a lot differently, like you said. Yeah, I think him acting the way he acted towards Spider-Man is absolutely a testament to Spider-Man's character and what he stands for, right? He brings out the best in a lot of people. Like a bad guy or something.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
One thing I noticed throughout this movie is that he doesn't change suits. I couldn't help but notice that in every single Spider-Man movie, he wears multiple suits, obviously to sell toys. I mean, it's, you know, makes sense. But I just really love and appreciate that they didn't do that for this. This one, they just kept that same suit the whole movie, and it is fucking perfect. Like, the only way you can make this suit better is small little details and small little gripes or things. And even then, it just comes down to personal preference because, I mean, they hit the nail on the head with this one. It's fucking perfect. It looks like a cloth suit. It's fucking comic accurate. It's fucking gorgeous to look at. And by the way, thank you, Insomniac, for fixing the suit in the game. I know my gameplay of the last video was of the old suit, and it honestly looked like the suit in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game, not the actual movie, right? That suit is fucking amazing, pun intended, but it looks like the video game version of that suit where it just looked like, yeah, almost like rubber just attached to his skin. But yeah, thank you for the update, Insomniac, and it looks so good in Fortnite and Rivals. But I absolutely just adore that he's in this suit for most of the movie. Like, he's in some Peter Parker clothes here and there, right, when he's walking through the streets or, you know, getting some food or something like that. But for the most part, he's in the Spider-Man suit, which is fuck yeah, dude. Like, it's eye candy, man. And I also think it enforces the theme of the movie, right? That he's just spending all his time as Spider-Man. He has no time for himself. Even the conversations with the detective, they point that out. But yeah, I just wanted to take another moment to just glaze the fuck out of that suit. It's so good.
This suit is the magnum opus of live action Spider-Man suits. They always try to do different versions of the 616 suit, but this is the closest we'll ever get and we have ever gotten. It kind of reminds me of Insomniac making their classic suit. I remember playing that game and I was like, man, this is perfect. I wish they did something like that in the movies, make it classic but also realistic when you zoom in. And yeah, I mean, I can't really praise this suit enough. And I think Peter was naked more in this movie than he was without the suit.
Another thing I absolutely love about this movie is that they let Spider-Man go the fuck off. Like, we see glimpses of him stop holding back for a second. Like when he's fighting quote-unquote Scorpion, like the Jeangrey, and he just kind of loses himself for a second. He just like instantly just kind of big bodies the fuck out of Scorpion. He brutalizes the fuck out of him. And then also kills that cop, where it's like, dude, like, why are you running? Why are you going that fast in a crime scene when you know Spider-Man and Scorpion are on the scene? Like, why are you rushing in that fast? But anyway, dude, I just love how Spider-Man locks the fuck in and just dominates in this movie, because that's another thing, man. Like, Spider-Man is street level by choice. He's not street level by power thing. Like, he'd body like half the fucking Avengers, aside from like the big powerhouses. He'd fucking dominate every other one. He is not street level, he chooses to be street level, and I love how this movie kind of showcases that. And all the fights with the hand, all the fight sequences were just fucking legitness as fuck. I just love it. Which, when I said he would body half the Avengers, I was talking about like the original. These new ones, he would solo the fuck out of all of them at the same time, and then go home and cry about MJ afterwards, like right before lunch. Like, I mean, aside from Sentry, of course, but like he's carrying. And one more thing, I just saw that Marvel posted some shit like Big Potato, and they started showing like that Sentry scene. Like, I guess they saw everyone clowning on the small potato, big potato shit, how Yelena's calling Peter like, oh, you do with small potato stuff, we do with big potato. When he could just, when the new Avengers are just fucking garbage. Like, straight fucking cannon fodder, dude. Honestly, I could probably sign up to apply for Avenger and have a good shot of getting it.
No, I'd just be in my car drinking a bottle of vodka, and then in the back seat is gonna be Nick Fury with some shit like,
oh, there was an ID. But I just want to say that in regards to that Marvel post, one, Sentry is on the team. 2, he's the only one worth the shit on the team, and he can't even like be foolproof. He's like a time bomb. It's like a 50-50 if you want to use him. But on top of that, they didn't even fight him. They didn't defeat him. They didn't lay a fucking couldn't scratch him at all. They just got bodied by him and then just beat him with the power of love and friendship. Which actually brings me to my next point. I really, really love that scene with Aunt May and Jean Grey. I thought that was such a powerful scene. It really hammers home the message that you can't do this all alone. I mean, we see Peter trying to do this alone the whole movie, and he's struggling. You get like a light version of Spider-Man 2 where he's kind of struggling with his identity and what he really wants. And it doesn't go nearly as deep as Spider-Man 2 goes, but still, that scene was fucking special. And I just love that what turned Jean Grey was just the power of a mother's love, man. Like, some people just need some love in their life, man. Like, that's, maybe there'd be a lot less villains, right? And we'll just take this moment to talk about the villain of the movie, which is Jean Grey. I thought Sadie Sink played her incredibly. I loved her motivation throughout this whole movie. I thought it was very fitting, and obviously it ties wonderfully well with the ending. But I have seen people point out how she just straight up murders a couple people. Like, that old guy, he just like makes him stand in front of traffic and then he gets murdered. I don't think like Spider-Man even does anything about it. He just kind of like, whoa, dude, that's fucking crazy. And he just moves on.
That's Peter Parker's weakness, a hot redhead. I mean, Punisher was justified to shooting her. I mean, that last fight where she I guess froze everybody with kinetic energy. She probably killed at least a few dozen people with the crashes and all that.
No, yeah, there's a chance her body count went up, and I love how it's like how Charles Xavier, when he had a seizure in Logan, how he was like freezing everyone in the vicinity. That was fucking dope. And they did such a good job showcasing his spider sense in that scene where he kind of senses the sniper being shot from a while away in the dark. That shit's so awesome. I just really love when they depict Spider-Man's spider sense like that. Like in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he goes slow-mo in that electro fight, that shit was dope. And I really love in No Way Home 2 when he's just having that weird fucking feeling throughout the apartment, like he knows something is wrong but he doesn't know what it is. And like the camera work, everything is just done so well. I love shit like that. And it's funny too, because it's like, how the fuck can Spider-Man even compete with someone like Jean Grey? And it makes sense, dude. She's a very new mutant. She's barely discovering her powers, and learning that her sister died at the hands of damage control, it unlocks her next level of ability, which is fucking awesome. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a much more powerful Jean Grey in the future. I'm so excited for the new X-Men. I mean, the old X-Men were really cool and stuff, but it's time for some fresh blood in here. I mean, they're all gonna die in Doomsday or Secret Wars anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Which, by the way, I heard rumors that Tobey Maguire was gonna be in one of those movies, and I hope to God he isn't, because I feel like they're just gonna bring him back to kill him off and leave him alone. I think if they're gonna have any other Spider-Man interact with anyone, it needs to be Andrew Garfield. I mean, one, he has less screen time than any of the other Spider-Man, but two, I just think he's a better Spider-Man than Toby. I mean, Toby's a great Peter Parker, but I think his Spider-Man, it's very quirky and goofy. I think that Andrew's Spider-Man is very much Spider-Man. I think he would work really well with the other characters. But yeah, just leave my boy alone. And Toby's movies are my favorite, alright? So don't be hating me in the comments. One other small gripe I have with this movie is that Peter Parker is supposedly broke, quote unquote, and he has this really nice apartment space with like a fucking sky view, like nice window view. And I know people in the comments are gonna be like, oh, they said it's a storage space, we got a good deal on it, and he cleans it with the bestos. And I was like, yeah, I get it. It's not even supposed to be like a livable space, we got a great deal on it. But are you telling me the storage room is supposed to have a fucking sky view, like of the city like that in the front windows? Like, is that what you seriously telling me?
Hey, Evie, 3D print me an organic matter evolution suppressor and run simulation, and order a pizza.
Doing everything.
And on top of that too, like I know he gets his tech from dumpster diving, like that's confirmed, but how does he pay for this storage room? Even though like it must be dirt cheap, like what does he do for money? I'm not sure if they explained it at all in the movie. Like I don't know if he gets a cut from damage control or what happens, but they never specify what he does for money. Like not a freelancer, he doesn't do DoorDash. I don't know, and unless I'm missing something. Maybe you can tell me in the comments I'm missing something, but I don't recall him having a profession or any type of job type of form of income. Okay, bear with me guys, I'm gonna go on a little rant here. So at the end of No Way Home, truly by himself, makes his own shit, nobody remembers him, he's miserable, broke, no bitches, love it. And I thought this was a perfect opportunity to stray away from the Ned and MJ friendship thing that he had going on in the last movies. Like they were good, like they weren't bad relationships, but I felt that it was time to move on from them and maybe explore some more of the Spidey mythos and stuff. And even though this MJ was a fun take on the MJ character, and I did like her and enjoy it, and her and Tom's chemistry is out of this world. It's almost like if they're dating in real life or something.
That relationship's fake. Industry plant relationship.
But what I was saying is I thought that this movie was going to be Spider-Man moving on to a brand new day. Right? Moving on with his life and showing that as much as life can suck sometimes and chapters may end, you can always begin anew and start again, start fresh, and and everything has an end, but there's new beginnings and hope for the future type of thing. But instead, his version of moving on is just, going back to the same life he had before, and I kind of didn't like that ending. Like the very, very end, I mean. Like the very last line. When he daps up Ned at the shop and he's like, Peter? I was like, okay, it implies that he just instantly remembers everything, and I thought that felt so cheap. Like you could have had a really interesting dynamic at least with them learning each other again, and maybe some of the awkwardness of that or the pains of it. But no, they just said, fuck it, no, they know each other, everything's gonna be back to the status quo as before. It's like, well, what was the point of Brand New Day then if you're just gonna go back to exactly how everything was before in Spider-Man's life? I mean, the only difference is he just has his own tech and his own suit now, which he technically had before, but he was just using Stark tech. But still, it just makes it feel like cheaper. What was the whole point of that? Was it just to not have people know who Peter Parker is? Again, like, was that the whole point of it? Like, the message they're going for, it doesn't contradict that message at all. Like, it still works really well. It's just something that I was kind of hoping for. And did it seem to be some type of chemistry between Jean Grey and Spider-Man at the end? But I've been seeing online, though, that people keep saying she's actually a teenager in this movie. She's a teen, by the way. Did it show that anywhere? Like, on her files or something, did it say she was a teenager? Because I know it said that she was, like, she was an orphan or whatever, you know, her mom left her. But like those flashbacks when she was young, I don't know, like I don't remember anywhere in the movie them explicitly saying, oh yeah, she's 16 or something like that. Like I don't know where people are getting that from, and maybe someone can educate me in the comments or something.
Although I do understand your gripes with the end scene, I think you are wrong, because I think what it was 2 scenes prior to that, when he was gonna go do the last battle with Jeangrey or whatever, MJ was like, good luck, Peter, and then Ned was like, Peter, you know Spider-Man's name? So I think at the end when they dabbed up, yeah, maybe it unlocks something in his brain that's getting him closer to remembering who Peter is. So in that aspect, I do understand what you mean, but I think in the context of the movie, it was supposed to mean like, okay, I don't know who Peter Parker is, but I know who Peter is, and Peter is Spider-Man. So when this random guy just came up to me, dapped me up, and said that his name was Peter, well, maybe he just connected 1 and 1 together and was like, oh, this is Spider-Man.
I really hope that's the case, but the only way to find that out is in the next movie, right? When they explain it. But I guess we'll see who's right, but I have a strong chance they're just gonna say fuck it and erase all of that just because it's easier and it's MCU. But I don't know, I hope I'm wrong. But one thing this movie did so right was bringing the Hulk back. And I mean the real Hulk, not this Professor Hulk bullshit, the real Hulk. Because after he got bitched in Infinity War, he was never the same. Like after that, it was just downhill for him. And I'm so glad that in this movie, he finally got his redemption. He's not just some big green CGI fucking dweeb. No, he's a savage fucking beast. He's a savage animal that nobody wants to fuck with because he's big potato, dude. He's someone you do not want to fuck with. Iron Man had all these contingency plans specifically designed for Hulk in case he got out of control. And even then, he was scared for his life just to fight him. And I absolutely love that scene in this movie, because I think it's exactly how a Spider-Man versus Hulk fight would go down. Like Spider-Man can hold his own for a little bit, and he can even you know slow down Hulk for a bit and suppress him a bit, but at the end of the day, he's not winning because it's the fucking Hulk. I mean, if it's Professor Hulk, shit, I could probably take him down, but since it's the real Hulk and he's bigger now too, which is fucking awesome. Like, we got a true Spider-Man versus Hulk fight on the big screen. It did not disappoint. It was fucking awesome. And Frank I should have brought a bigger gun. Yeah, bro, to tickle him, dude. I just love that whole scene so much.
Something I wanted to bring up is in my spoiler-free review, I mentioned that this movie, although it being very good, I did get a sense of like, I don't even know how to explain it. I guess it's just like corporate, adding a bunch of characters like the Hulk, the Punisher, making it so it sells toys and member berries or whatever. But after watching it a couple more times, I realized that to a certain extent that is true, but there's a lot of things that this movie tells you without telling you, and a lot of things that happened in the previous movie are still relevant in this movie. And one of those examples that I thought was so well done was when the Hulk was about to beat the shit out of Spider-Man, but Spider-Man, you can see his eyes, Peter Parker's eyes through his visors, and he's like, no, it's me. And then the Hulk remembered who Peter Parker was. Maybe Bruce Banner didn't remember, but the Hulk did, because he wasn't there for the whole No Way Home shit.
We've been talking about this movie for a long while now, so let's wrap it up. Before we go, I just want to say that I still can't help but give it a 9 with all the problems I do have with it, but it's still fucking amazing. However, the Spider-Man fan in me, it's a 10 out of 10 all the way. I fucking adore this movie.
It's kind of like you said, this movie is an event. Everybody's talking about it. It's a big cultural thing, and I can't help to notice that there's so much hero fatigue, but when it comes to Spider-Man, or when it comes to a good movie, that shit don't exist. And after seeing it a couple more times, I honestly gotta raise my score. I give it an 8 out of 10, but honestly I'm gonna give it a 9. I believe it's a 9 realistically, but same thing, as a Spider-Man fan, is a 10 out of 10. Go see it.
Well, that is it for this one, PP Nation. We'll catch y'all later. Deuces.